Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. I know this particular channel is being listened to by those who did not take the class that it was attached to. But in the class, there has been the study of what is called the Lemurian layers. And one of those is so critical right now to so many. Layer 9 is the healing layer. It belongs to Lemurians. This is a statement that says it's a human attribute layer. It is a multidimensional, quantumly charged energy layer. All of your DNA, dear ones, truly is more than chemistry. And those who are quantum biologists are studying it. Is it possible that DNA is more than just chemistry? And they are saying, yes, indeed. It is not mysterious. If you start to look at physics, you will see that things beyond the dimensionality you work with are already there. There are attributes that show up all over that screen of the physicist's reality that is different from yours, where they begin to acknowledge, yes, there has to be a fifth dimension, a sixth, a seventh, an eighth. They start to tick off the attributes of dimensionality that you don't think you are seeing or ever will see. And that is why there is a study of these layers of DNA. Dear ones, as your dimensionality awareness increases, as the presence of this starts to occur to you, the presence being that which is the information, the awareness, the new energy, as the presence starts to build up, these dimensional things you hadn't seen before will come to you in your own reality. What I'm saying is you are starting to see that which is higher dimensionality than you were born with. Why? Because it's time. But more than that, because it was always there. It's like you're born on this planet, and the planet is some kind of a huge home, and you spend all of your life in one room. And that's what you're used to. Where the windows are, where the doors are, what the floor feels like, where the ceiling is and all. And you hear tales about other rooms, but they're beyond that which you experience. But you realize the house has always been yours. You're living in it. Most of humanity lives and dies into one room. Imagine the shock on the other side of the veil when they see the size of their house. And some are saying, you mean this was always there? The answer is yes. If you look at it in this context, doors are starting to open to other rooms that are yours and always were yours and always will be yours. And what's in those rooms? The answer is a different dimensionality that allows you to see and do and manifest things that you never did before. If you look at layer 9, that's the healing layer, which is a Lemurian layer. This one epitomizes that which I just told you. It specializes in opening doors in the house that you don't think is there. Healing. I would like to tell you this. Within your own biology, within your own body, there's healing for almost every disease that ever existed or will. Doesn't have to come from the outside. Doesn't have to be manufactured. It's there. It always has been. And if it isn't, it is available directly from nature. Because the planet is your partner in life extension. The planet, so much of it takes in that beautiful, beautiful breath of carbon dioxide that you push to it and gives you back the oxygen that you need. What a symbiotic relationship you have to the dirt of the earth, to all of the plants that exist. Remedies for your life extension have always been part of the earth. Not synthesized in some laboratory, but all available. What has also been always available is part of that house, that bigger house that I say you're in that you don't know about, which will actually have influences in your chemistry to reverse that which you call aging, to eliminate disease. Some months ago, I presented all of this to my partner yet again. And I told him all about the 9. He didn't understand that. He hasn't really told anybody about it. When Spirit starts to talk to you about 9, it's frightening because that means completion. And so where does the human go when the angel comes down and says, I'd like to talk to you about 9? Then you get ready, of course, for transition. It's the end. It's the completion of your life. This is where the human mind goes. And when I started telling him it's time for the 9, he didn't understand. And so at the appropriate time, while he was in channel to many people, we laid out what he was going to do next. And it was all about the 9. And now, the revelation, the 9th layer of DNA. Talking about that layer 9 will accomplish the impossible. Getting there to understand it had to be more than just telling people you're going to be exposed to a layer of your DNA. It had to be grander than that. It had to be more understandable than that. It had to be a metaphor of touching the soul, or perhaps even the face of the Creator. Again, I will tell you, this is the new energy, dear ones. An energy that is going to cooperate with you and your biology and your soul and your magnificence more than any energy that has ever happened on this planet. And it starts roughly. Because when you take darkness and blackness and low energy and you throw light at it, there is objection. A lot of objection. Those who believe it's not right, or perhaps it's magic, or perhaps it's evil, until they realize it's part of them, that they've always had it. This house that I've told you about, in that which we'll call layer 9, the healing layer, has doors which will open as you wish them to. But more than that, if you could envision doors with labels on them, finally. Whereas you saw a black wall, a blank wall before, now you see doors with names on them, and they say things like healing, peace, benevolence, love. And then they start in with doors with names that only you recognize because they're your problems, or they're your apparent problems, or you think a certain thing is going to happen, and it starts to have a door which shows you what you can do about it. In other words, all of these things are about you, your DNA, the healing that you have of fear, of anxiety, of premature aging. It's all there. It always has been there. In each of you, the engine that is there is the healing engine for you. Now you just have to cognize it. Is it correct or not? Am I right or not? And if I am, how do you get there? And the answer is, human being, slowly. Because these doors open and some don't want to walk through them. Because they're new and they're different and they're strange. And they're filled with energy that you don't understand, that you've never seen before. It's hard to go from a low energy to a high energy and not be affected. And so you go slowly. And that's why I always say, take my hand. Let's go there together anytime you want. We are so ready to take you there. And so it is.